What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking you guys through and walking you through what my current goals are and what my kind of fitness plans are for the next 6 to 12 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. Now in the background, as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm actually currently testing my 1 rep max for squat, bench, and deadlift. The reason for this is because I'm going to be starting a new program that's based off of my 1 rep max for those 3 lifts. So as you saw, I hit 345 for 1 rep on squat. Then on this, I hit 225 on bench. Now bench, this one went up pretty easy, so I definitely feel like I could have gone up to at least 235, if not maybe 240. But there weren't a lot of people at the gym. I didn't want to grab anyone for a spotter, so for now we're just going to call it 225. But definitely went up pretty easy, and I know I could have gotten more. Then on deadlift, I worked up to 425 pounds. So yeah, that was pretty good there. I am pretty impressed with how well I've maintained my strength through this cutting phase that I've done over the past like 4 or 5 months. And reason for that is because for one, I haven't done these 3 movements consistently throughout my entire cut. The last time I really did them and I went heavy at them is probably about 5 or 6 months ago, if not more, especially with regards to like the squat and deadlift. I've been doing a lot of incline bench throughout the cut, but not a lot of flat. Now, with those movements, my previous tested 1 rep maxes were 405 for squat, 270 or 275 for bench, and then 445 for deadlift. Now, to keep in mind, that was all at a body weight of 205 to 210 pounds. Currently, on this day, I stepped on the scale and weighed in at 167.2 pounds. So about a 40-pound body weight difference, which is pretty insane when you think about it. And I've been pretty happy after testing those to see that I've maintained quite a bit of strength from when I had last tested my 1 rep maxes. So overall, really happy with where they currently are, and my goals are just to kind of get them stronger again, get them back up there. I'd like to be able to get back to the point where I can do, I know it sounds kind of silly, but 225 consistently on bench for like sets of 8 to 10, and squatting 315 consistently for sets of 8 to 10, and then deadlifting like, maybe not 405, but like 365. So 3 45-pound plates and a 25 on each side for like 8 to 10 reps consistently. Because it felt good when I was there. Definitely want to get back there, and that's kind of my main goal right now for the next 6 to 12 weeks. So what I'm going to be doing is a 6-week program or a 6-week cycle on the Johnny Candito 6-week strength building program. Now, if you guys haven't heard of this before, I'll link it down below in the description, but it is an advanced program specifically designed around more of a powerlifting style of training for your squat, your bench, and your deadlift. All the lifts for those, or all of the sets and reps for those 3 lifts are based off of your current 1 rep maxes, which is why I had to test mine in order to get a starting point for this program. And then from there, it kind of builds off of that and uses percentages every single week to kind of help you build your strength and further your progress. Now this program, like I said, is an advanced program. I would not recommend it if you have not been lifting for at least 1.5 to 2+ years. You really want to have a nice solid strength foundation and a solid lifting foundation before jumping onto a program like this, because I guarantee you, and you'll see as we do these first couple of weeks, it will break you down really quickly. This is a brutal program, but if you do it right, it works really well, and I could not recommend it more. So anyway, week 1, day 1, that's kind of what I've got rolling here, and started off with squats. So day 1 is squats and deadlift focused. And as you can kind of see, we're going through, did some warm-ups, and then my target today was 260 pounds for 4 sets of 6 reps. Got all 4 sets of 6, but I was struggling quite a bit because I haven't done heavy squats in a very long time. And like I said, I'm talking about 4 or 5 months, long time. So by the time I finished my squats, my back was definitely sore. I was feeling it pretty good moving into deadlifts, but overall felt really good and was really happy with the progress and how I did today. On this, as you can see, kind of taking the reps real slow. I've got a few kind of minor form tweaks here and there that I need to work on. Specifically, as I'm coming up out of the bottom, I tend to let my chest drop down and I raise my hips a little bit higher. I raise my hips first basically and keep my chest at the same spot. So it tends to kind of push the weight forward as I'm coming up, and that's not good. That's kind of what was putting a lot of pressure on my lower back. So a few things here and there that I need to work on my form because I haven't done it in a long time. But overall, like I said, really happy with where I was at and kind of how things were feeling. Now, with this, once I finished off the squats, the next was going to be deadlifts. And as you'll see once we get into that, just kind of started off again, same kind of thing, nice kind of light warm-ups, doing 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate before getting into my working set. For deadlifts, my goal for today was supposed to be 320 pounds for 2 sets of 6 reps. As you'll see here, I only got 5 reps on the first set before I had to decrease the weight and go for my second set. Now, before we get into that, as you'll see with my warm-ups here, really focusing on speed and maintaining form as much as possible. Like I said, I haven't deadlifted. I haven't done any of these lifts in a long time, so I'm really trying to focus on my form. Now, another thing that really sucked with this was my lower back was burning. I mean, I was freaking shot after those squats, and it was a struggle, especially once I got up to my warm-up set at 315. I mean, that was definitely, I could tell that once I hit my first working set, there was no way I was going to be able to get all 6 reps, but I figured I'd give it a go anyway, give it my best shot, give it the old college try, as they like to say, and of course I failed. But that's okay. That's the whole point. If we hit failure, we just stand back up and we go again. So, on this program, like I said, you're going to be basing everything off of your 1 rep max for squat, bench, and deadlift. In the program, if you download it and link below, then what you'll see is on the first page, you can input those 3 lifts, what your current weights are, and then it'll automatically calculate what weight you should be doing for every single lifting session for the next 6 weeks, basically. And then if for some reason, like I did today, you cannot hit one of those targeted reps and sets, or reps and weight, sets, reps, weight, then what you're supposed to do is decrease the weight by 15%. So for this, I should have dropped it by about 30-ish pounds, so taking it down to like 290. However, I know that one of the main reasons I couldn't get this weight was because my back was just so shot from not having done these movements in a long time. So instead of decreasing it the full 10%, I only dropped it by 15 pounds. By 25 pounds. Yeah, 25 pounds. Blech. Only dropped it by 25 pounds, so about 7.5%, 5%-ish. Back down to 315, and then went from there and did a second set at 6 reps. Again, like I said, those sets were definitely grinders. Was definitely feeling it by the time I finished off my deadlifts, and because of that, what you're supposed to be moving on to after this are what Candito calls optional exercises. So that's things like lying hamstring curls, stiff leg deadlifts, leg extensions, basically accessory movements, moving into your more like bodybuilding training, or what it's supposed to be is accessory movements designed specifically around strengthening your 3 main lifts. So for this, something like a blocked deadlift, banded deadlift, pause deadlifts, things like that. But For me, I was so shot that I just skipped that optional exercise and went straight into just a little bit of calf work to finish the exercise or finish the workout out. And from there, I just did like 4 or 5 sets, try and keep the weight a little bit heavier, and then finish the exercise or finish the day off with some static stretching. Because like I said, I was super sore, and if I hadn't done that static stretching, I know that I would be very, very sore the next couple of days. So in order to help maintain and recover properly, I definitely wanted to do some stretching. Now, that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I'm going to be on this program for the next 6 weeks. I'm going to walk you guys through what I'm doing every single day. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below in the description or down below in the comment section. And as always, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.